Hi guys, γεια σας και καλώς ήρθατε to another episode of Dimitri's Dishes. Today we're making the entree size of tiropita, which is basically a Greek cheese pie that's made with feta cheese, ricotta. I'm also adding a little bit of Munster. I'm putting a little twist on it. And it's all wrapped up in a buttery, flaky phyllo. It's baked until it's golden and crisp. So delicious. It can be definitely served as a main course if you want to go if you want to go vegetarian every now and then, or you can serve it as a side for a party. Either way you do it, it's very delicious, very easy to make. Let's get started. So we're going to start off with, you can do 15 to 16 ounces, almost a pound of ricotta cheese. This makes it nice and light and creamy. Next, we need lots of feta cheese, about a pound. I like to put a little more than a pound, maybe almost a pound and a half actually, but it's up to you. You can put a little bit less if you like, but this is a cheese pie, so feta is usually the main or the star ingredient. Then I'm going to add some black pepper, some ground black pepper. About 2 tablespoons, 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Let me set this aside. And then some fresh mint. You can substitute dill if you want, but mint really brightens it up and makes it taste so good. Mint and cheese go really well together. Just bunch the leaves up and finely chop them. Mix everything up. And at this point, before the eggs go in, it's a good idea to go in and give it a taste. Some feta is much saltier than other feta. Ricotta cheese is not salty at all, so give it a taste and see if it needs a little bit more salt. It doesn't need any more salt, but it does need a little bit more black pepper. And now I'm going to add the 2 eggs. I'm going to add them here to the side. And I'm just going to give them a quick beat. I'm going to beat them a little bit. No need to dirty another bowl. And then just mix everything all together. And just like that, the filling is ready. Now we're going to take a 9 by 13 inch baking pan, and I'm just going to brush it with a little bit of melted butter. I melted 2 sticks of butter. And that's 8 ounces. And this is unsalted butter, but you can definitely go ahead and add a little bit of salt to it or use salted butter. Then over here I have a pack of phyllo. This is 1 pound of phyllo pastry that's been thawed overnight in the refrigerator, and then I left it out at room temperature for 1.5 hours. You want it to be at room temperature. It's going to be much easier to handle. And this is the number 4 phyllo, so this is not the country phyllo, which is usually much thicker. These sheets tend to be thinner, and there's usually more of them in the number 4 packages. So you're going to go ahead and line the bottom of the pan with 1 sheet of phyllo. And if it starts to break on you, don't worry about it. It's not going to show at the end. Drizzle each layer with the melted butter. You don't have to brush them. And then we're going to go all around the pan, putting half of each sheet inside the pan and letting half hang outside of the pan. 1 sheet at a time. And then once you're done going all around the pan, just put one final sheet down in the center. And you don't have to put butter on that. Then transfer all of the filling into the center right on top of that final sheet. This is so quick and simple and easy to make. Go ahead and spread out all of that filling. And I have this other little piece of feta cheese. We're not going to let it go to waste. I'll just sprinkle it on top. This is 1.5 pounds of feta, so if you're wondering. But you can definitely use 1 pound. And then something that's not traditional, but I really like, is Munster cheese. You can use, let me open this up before so it's not making so much noise. You can use Gouda cheese, Gruyere, any cheese that melts really well. I like a component of melty cheese in a tiropita. Not traditional at all, but you can do it. I mean, it's your kitchen, your rules. So if you like melty cheese like I do, go ahead and add it. And then you're going to take all of the phyllo that's extending outside of the pan and you're going to put it over the filling and just go ahead and drizzle some butter over the layers as you go. Okay, now the remaining sheets, you're going to take them and you're going to bunch them up so that way they look like accordions. It's going to create such a beautiful effect on the top of the pie and make it bake up to be really nice and crispy. Now you don't have to do this, but it does look really pretty once it's baked, so it's up to you. If you're not doing it this way, you can just layer them on top, one layer at a time, and just drizzle some butter in between each layer. That'll be nice too. It'll be a very traditional look, but I just love the way this looks, so give it a try. And go ahead, tuck in all of the edges. And now the remaining butter, you're just gonna brush it or first drizzle on top, and then whatever's left, you can go ahead and brush. Especially the edges. You want them to be tucked in so that way they don't burn while they're baking. And then with a clean paper towel or a kitchen towel, just go ahead and wipe off the flour that might have ended up on your baking tray. So you want to make sure that the oven is preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This is going to go in the oven and bake on the center rack for about 45 minutes to an hour. It all depends on your oven. What you're looking for is for the top to be really nice and golden. That's how you know it's ready. Once it's done, take it out and let it sit at room temperature for about 15 minutes, and then it's going to be time to serve. My tiropita baked for 50 minutes in the oven. Again, I let it sit for 15 minutes. It should be really nice and crisp and ready to serve. So once you cut into it, you'll hear just exactly how crispy it is. Let me hit the top so you can actually hear it. That is the sound you want to hear. Now, again, I use Gouda cheese slices, and that is definitely not traditional. So let's not all get mad in the comment section. I'm letting you know ahead of time, but the best part of cooking at home is customizing everything to the way you and your family likes it. So don't let anybody tell you how to do it. You can put mozzarella cheese, but the thing about mozzarella cheese, it doesn't have that much flavor and it's a little too mild. And along with the ricotta cheese, which is already really nice and mild, you need something that's a little bit more flavor, that has a little bit more flavor, a little bit of sharpness. So I went with Gouda. Gruyere is also a really good choice, as is, no, I didn't go with Gouda, I did Munster cheese, but Gouda cheese would be really nice because it's slightly tangy. Parmesan cheese doesn't melt the way Gouda does, but it would be really nice to add another level of flavor. It is time for the taste test. Delicious. When I bite into this, it just takes me back to Greece. Every bakery has tiropita, their own version. Sometimes they make it with puff pastry, but I prefer it with the phyllo because it's nice and crisp and flaky and also lighter. It's lighter in the mouth. This is absolutely heavenly. Serve this with a nice salad, a green salad, and maybe some extra mint in the salad. It's going to go together really well, and you'll have a beautiful meal that's vegetarian for your family to enjoy. Let me know how you guys are serving it. In Greece, it is common to have this almost like a dessert with some coffee. You can drizzle some Greek honey on top and it'll taste very delicious. So you can give that a try and let me know what you guys think. If you want the exact measurements, they're on the website, dimitrosdishes.com. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.